Okay, I thought I'd make this video about triplanar mapping, which you can do in Unreal, but I was wondering if Blender can do it, and I had a bit of digging. I couldn't find a sort of to the point or one with a video with narration on how to do it. And basically what it is, you see we've got just regular UV mapping, and it's sort of mapped in a sort of planet or Earth type way with it all coming together at the top, and then you can see here the on the UV checker thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to change it to, we're going to do the enable the node wrangling thing, Control T. That's node wrangler is an add-on that comes to Blender, but you need to activate it, and then you can do the Control T, and it will come up with the mapping. And then we change what we can do, change flat to box, and then change it, and instead of it using the UVs, get it to generate the triplanar, the XYZ mapping, so object. And you can see now we don't get the horribly bunched up stuff. It's all equal all the way round pretty much. Although what we do need to do is in the scale we need to make 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, and then that will be roughly the size of the sphere. And also we need a offset of 0.5, 0.5, 0.5 I think as well. And then that should have, now you can 0.5, and you can see you've got like A, B, C. So A's off in the corner there. So that's all working, and then you have this blend thing, right, which is the really nifty thing, and that sort of blends stuff away, right? So then you can hide the seams. Maybe this is not the best example. If I just swap it out with a seamless rock texture that I made, you'll see. Just tab out the thing and also smooth it. That you can't see any seams or anything. I mean, it is a seamless texture that I made in Photoshop with the offset clone stamp method, which I could show. I'm not going to show it. I mean, it's but you see that works pretty well. No seams. The only issue with it is that if you wanted to use it in a game engine, unless it's Unreal, which I think you have to set it up to triplanar mapping, you will have to bake it out to just a regular, the planet thing, another UV sphere with the regular UV map that's in the sort of cylindrical mapping, spherical mapping, but you still won't get any seams because it'll all be, everything, and it'll all be correctly even spaced across the whole thing. I mean, if we bump up the scale, you'll see even if we increase the scale, you can't really see the seams so much. I mean, you're kind of seeing it slightly because it's in the texture, but that's it. So yeah, I mean, if you're just using the triplanar, I mean, I was trying to do I wanted to come up with a sort of generic bush or tree texture for like small tiny little trees from a distance, so leaves and stuff. And I thought, is there a way, can we not use the triplanar method? I mean, if I just take the blending away, you'll see you should see the seams again. It's quite difficult to see, but yeah, this can really yeah. Anyway, that's it. Just a short little video. Shall I do the? It is probably worth showing you the. Let me just pause the video for a second and get Photoshop up and running. So this was the original source image. I took a little chunk of it. It's not really high res enough, but so something like that, and you can see that will have horrible seams. So we go back to Blender and go Rock 1. You'll see that, and we'll take the blending off. You see how much work the blending does. You'll see the seams now. You see. What I did is I basically you go filters off. This is pretty ancient technique, but it's an oldie but a goodie. If you need to make a seamless texture. I've maybe just offset in the one axis at a time. So let's say that, and then you just get your clone stamp, fairly big brush, and then just go click there and then set it and just paint that away. There we go. And then on the filter offset, I didn't know it's topaz. I think anyway. I'm gonna do the offset this way. See the seam. Pick that. Oops. Make sure it's sort of level. I mean, you could do it offset, I suppose. And another thing I did is I also to try and to make it more even, because you've got quite distinct splodges, so you'll still see the tiling with the splodges. And in this one, it's sort of gone. And the way I did that is I just duplicated the layer, so Control A, copy V, paste on the new thing, and then just flip the edit transform 180 degrees, rotate the layer above it, and then stick it on 50%. You lose a bit of contrast, but there you go. See, and so that's how I made a sort of seamless texture. I mean, with something like leaves or something, you probably wouldn't be able to get away with it doing something like this. But for rocks or bark or something, you might be able to. So that's how you can make a seamless texture. So this is sort of just a bonus add-on to it. But it was really just a triplanar mapping. I wondered how you could do it in Blender, and you can do it in Blender, and it works pretty well. Albeit, if you wanted it in a game engine, you're going to have to bake it back down to just a regular UV'd object. So if it's a sphere, it'd be spherically UV mapped, unwrapped, whatever. Okay, that's it.